Most of us pick up our phone for one thing and end up scrolling for hours. But there's a hidden master control already on your Android phone that can stop this for good. It's just one settings. It's a complete system to reclaim your focus. And today I'm going to show you how to use the Android Digital Wellbeing. So this is already pre-installed on most Android phones, and all you need to do is open settings. You want to scroll down here a little and you see somewhere where it says Digital Wellbeing. On some Android phone, you will see Digital Wellbeing and Parental Control. Tap on this. Here you'll be able to view all activities of your digital footprint and even take control of those activities. The first thing you see here is how much activities you've performed with your phone for the day and the applications that are taking those time. You can simply tap on this and it will bring you here. You can also tap on view app activity and it will also bring you here. You see your screen time and you also see the application and how long you spent using those applications. Now while still here, you'll also be able to view data for each day that has passed. Now for the previous day, you can see how long I've used my device, and if you swipe, you'll also be able to see the previous week data. Here you can also tap here to change between screen time, notifications you've received from those applications, the times you opened them, and you also see the option to set timer for your apps. So you can simply scroll to the app section, tap on the app you want to set a timer for, choose the max time you want to spend on the app per day, and then simply tap on OK. Now app timer will be set for that app, and each time you start using those applications, the timer will count. Once you leave the application, the timer will stop. And when the timer runs down, the application is grayed out and then closed, but you still be able to open the application if you want to. You see the number of unlocks you've had per day, it will still bring you here, and notifications in this section. Within the Digital Wellbeing, you find ways to disconnect. Simply scroll in this section and you find app timer. So simply does the same thing as what I've shown you previously. You see the apps with timer in this section, and you'll be able to add more apps in this section by selecting the numbers of hours or time you want to spend using the app in a day and then tapping on OK. It will be added in this section. So each one of them will have their own timer and time out differently. At any point you do not want to use the app timer, you can simply come back here, tap and delete the timer. Now bedtime mode, when you tap on it, it keeps track of your activities while you sleep, and it will tell you how much time you spent in the bed with its sensors and the screen time you spent during those hours. You'll also be able to see your cough and snore information. It also helps you keep track of snoring. So if you snore while you sleep, you'll also be able to see it in this section. To view more information, you can simply tap on it and you'll be able to see your previous bedtime activities and your current bedtime activities. If you scroll to the bottom in this section, you see your bedtime routine. While setting it up, you'll see these options, which will help you choose when your bedtime starts and when it ends. To change, you can simply tap on the time in this section and you'll be able to change. Once you're done, tap on OK in this section and it will be set as your bedtime. It's also worth mentioning that bedtime is also in your phone clock if you're using the Google clock. So if you have it set from the clock, it will also be opening the clock. You can always go back to settings in this section and you'll still be able to manage them in this section. You can also choose when you want it to keep track of those activities in this section here by simply tapping and selecting the days you want it to track those activities. You'll also be able to set notification reminders that will notify you minutes to hours before your bedtime. And you'll also be able to manage your bedtime mode. And when you scroll here, you see customize in mode. And scroll here, you'll be able to manage all notifications that can reach to you during your bedtime. It's worth mentioning that bedtime mode automatically turns do not disturb and you'll not be able to get any notifications. You can come to this section here and specify what you want it to do. In the people section, you'll be able to manage for messages and calls. Simply tap in this section here and then you'll be able to choose from your contacts, start contact and more. And when you choose apps, you'll be able to select apps by adding apps you want to get notification from during your bedtime. You'll also be able to manage alarm, which will allow you to manage the alarm and other interruptions. And if you scroll down here, you're going to see display option for filter notifications here. Enable grayscale, which will turn your screen black and white. And the option to disable always on during your bedtime. You also see the option to dim wallpaper and enable dark theme. So you'll be able to manage those in this section here. Now, once you're ready to start your bedtime, you can simply tap and automatically all notification and everything will disappear from your phone, unless those you want to be active during your bedtime. And the next thing you're going to see is focus. Now, when you tap on focus, you'll be able to set your app activities when you want to focus. You can pause distracting apps and hide their notification during these hours. And this is outside your bedtime mode. So simply tap and select the apps you want to add to your focus mode in this section. And when you turn on focus mode, automatically those applications become grayed out. For example, Google Chrome in this section. And when you try to open the application, you see the option to use app for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, the app closes. And if you need to disable the settings, you can always go back to focus mode in settings and uncheck on each and every app you no longer want to be in your focus mode. Now, it's worth mentioning that focus mode will always be on until you turn it off. You also have the option to take a break, which you can take a break for 5 minutes, 15 minutes, and 30 minutes. The option to manage your focus mode will also be in the notification section, where you'll be able to take a break and turn it off for now. To create a schedule, tap on set schedule in this section here, and you'll be able to select days of the week to schedule for. This will allow you automatically start focus mode while you work or study. You can set the start time and the end time in this section. Once you're done, simply tap on set in this section and a schedule will be created. You can always come back here and delete a schedule. Now, when you also go back here again, you'll also be able to manage your screen time reminder, which will give you a gentle reminder when you're spending a long time in an app. So simply turn it on and you'll be able to uncheck and add them in this section. If you also go back within Digital Wellbeing, you see manage notification, which you'll be able to choose apps you want to get notifications from. You can tap on the app, you'll be able to turn off notification for the application, as well as manage other settings for chat and others. Heads up in this section is another useful feature. If you're walking on the road and you're using your device, you get reminded to focus on what is around you. To turn it on, simply tap on next in this section, and it has access to physical activities and notifications. You'll also be able to enable location if you want to in this section, and this will let the heads up know when you're outdoor. Once you're done, simply tap on next in this section. You'll also be able to manage all those settings in this section here. Anytime you wish to turn it off, you see flip to shush, which will allow you flip your phone to silence your notification. Now, some of these features might not be available on all Android devices. You also see the option to show icon in the app list. You can enable and disable in this section here. And below this, you see parental control, which will help you take control and manage your child's device. At the top right hand corner of your screen, you see the option to send feedback, manage your data, which you'll be able to turn off activity trackings for your digital well-being, such as daily device usage, for infos about device unlock, notification received, and app usage, bedtime sensor data, time zone history, coughing and snore information. At any time you want to delete your bedtime data, you can simply come to this section here, tap on delete, and proceed to delete your bedtime data. All the bedtime data record will be deleted. You'll also be able to turn off app usage, sensor data, and time zone history during your bedtime schedule from your clock in this section, if you're using the Google clock. So thank you for watching this video. If you do find this video helpful, do make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and have the post notification turned on.